On the table today at Squirrel Stampede, we have a highly anticipated LEGO Minecraft set, the Deep Dark Battle with the Warden. Where's the Warden? I don't see him. Oh wait, there he is. Almost didn't see him down there. He looks kind of sad though. Oh no, his brick-built Rubik's Cube is all messed up. He can't see very well and he needs help putting it back together. Well, I'm like the wrongest person to help you, dude. I do not know how to do these things. But maybe with some help from Mr. Brick Separator, we can figure this out. Aha, I like this. Don't worry, Warden. We'll get your Rubik's Cube back in action in just a second here. Wow, these take forever to fix, but I'll take this over solving a puzzle any day. Okay, I got everything off but the centers. The centers, I believe, usually just stay the same. And now we just place all the color panels back on each side, the corresponding color. This is so much easier than doing a regular Rubik's Cube. Okay, Warden, I got your cube fixed. Alright, he's happy. Careful, dude. It took me forever to fix that. Well, I hope everything is in order there for the Warden. I know he can get a little bit cranky, but here we have a very anticipated build of the Deep Dark Battle at an end city starting the year in 2020 squee. Let's open this up and start construction for the Warden.
Squirrel Stampede!
And there, finally in the dark, the Deep Dark Battle, set number 21246, pieces. Featuring the boss build Warden, and an Arbalest Knight, and a Netherite Knight. On the back of the box, how many Skulk Shriekers did you accidentally bump into and summon the Warden? We're gonna knock down a nice little tower of ancient city, much kinda like similar to what we did with the Diamond Sword Outpost. Inside the box, landscape book of instructions should get us through the deep dark. On the back there, we have some images of sets we have already constructed, like the Panda Haven and the Sword Outpost. Check those videos out if you have not seen those builds. And of course, we've got the Bee Village there and a few other sets a-coming that will be fun to see. As for bags, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Plus a nice deep dark base plate. Really not as large of a set as I envisioned, only 584 pieces. It's just a small slice of an ancient city. Could they have gone larger? Yeah, but I think they're trying to keep this set in range for all audiences. Let's construct up bag 1 and see what we're dealing with. Alright, we have constructed our first slice of ancient city in the deep dark. Our first time in the deep dark biome for a LEGO build. What do we have though? Other than just a small tile of a few interesting tidbits. I guess now we can play the game. Identify the Skulk Shrieker, the Skulk Catalyst, and the aqua spiky thing. So let's pull those out and let's see if we can figure out which one is which. We've got one of these, we have one of these, and one of those. I have yet to discover an ancient city myself, so it's all new to me. One of these items is the Skulk Shrieker. Let's place up the letters A, B, C. What do you think it is? Well, it's gotta be B, right? Right in the center there, B, the Skulk Shrieker. According to my identification charts, has a little bit of a sideness to it, kind of like a little mini castle with some sparkle in the middle. That's got to be the Skulk Shrieker, kind of an interesting little piece here. I think there are two. Yeah, there's this one and that one, and I believe you have to, what, knock over a few of those to get the Warden upset? Now let's try to figure out which one is the Skulk Catalyst. Let's place up the letters again, A, B, C. And it should be A right here. And I have no idea what this is other than a fancy fruit pie at the base of the earth. I believe maybe mobs drop them. Maybe you can collect them to make a giant fruitcake. I'm not sure. And then the final item to identify is aqua spiky things. And since we've already identified the other two, these are the aqua spiky things. Actually, I'm kind of thinking to identify as a Skulk sensor. What do you think? So some interesting new blocks to build for this set. And of course, we've got our Netherite warrior, or your Netherite Knight. The dude looks pretty ready to go and take down the Warden, more so than I would ever. We've got a Netherite helmet on top. If I can release that, it's quite tight. There we go. We can get a closer look at his face. I've been reading a lot of Thor lately, so for some reason I see Heimdall, guardian of the Bifrost. He has a shield and a Netherite sword, of course, and if we were to remove that Netherite armor, what does he look like below? Ah, that's his pants. So removing his armor, you can see his shirt there. Oh, let's place his head back up. That does not feel kindly. So there we go. Nice little skin figure. So good to see all of these variety of 2023 skinned figures this year. They're really quite awesome to build and collect. Okay, so that leaves us placing back these items onto our slice of End City. Let's see, where did I find this strange coconut piece? I think it was right there. We'll place down the Skulk Shrieker right over here, and this spiky thing back over here. And we can continue on bag 2. Interesting that this build didn't just build all the tiny things first. It looks like we're just kind of slowly building everything together. So let's go on and continue this interesting construction. But before we do, let's check out part 1 of the Candy Sweetheart coercion. The squirrel's taking a short break in a treehouse near you. "Hey, where's that tiny chipmunk squirrel?" yells Big Gray Squirrel. "He ate all my special ham." Yeah, he said he was hungry from helping the kind candy canes rebuild their home planet. Seems like a mistake to do that. Lots of mistakes have been made lately. Now who could that be? Eat all of the Big Gray Squirrel's secret food stores. Yes, must eat, gobble gobble smack swallow. Tee-hee. Landry, you ate all my special pie. How could you? Ha ha ha. The coercion begins. To be continued. Bag 2 features the contraption build that will raise the Warden from the ground. Right now, Heimdall, the Netherite Knight, will show off the trick. Just a simple knob and a raise of an elevator. But it's supposed to be a Warden, right? So bag 3 will feature the Warden build. And constructed through bag 3, we have our brick-built Warden figure. Look at their ribcage and all sparkly inside. Fairly tall for a built figure. How is he towards a minifigure? Looking pretty tall, actually. Articulated on the head, we've got a ball joint for moving the head all different directions. Nice, scary-looking Warden horns. Legs and arms also on ball joints to move and pivot about in various different ways. Well, I suppose the legs are actually on posts that rotate, and rotate at the waist. So pretty good scale, kind of about the size of a redstone golem, maybe not as wide, but a little bit taller. And maybe up against Bowser, a little bit smaller. I think Bowser could take out the Warden pretty quickly. So it's about that scale of a build. The backside, not so interesting as the front side. Some brick smoothing may have been appropriate there, I'm not so sure. But it's a pretty cool menacing build, and it's going to fit the set pretty well, I believe. Okay, Bowser and Golem, you can take 5 now.
Gee, I never get asked to be on the channel, and the one time I do, it's like for 5 seconds.
And of course, we built on a little more structure to our ancient city. We have a chest full of bones, and not really sure what these small round studs should be. Any guesses, anyone? I am missing the red potion vial. There is supposed to be a red potion vial, and I heard it roll off my table while constructing. I've looked all over the floor, I can't find it yet. So there's a red vial of potion. Let's just continue on the build though. I think bag 4 will construct us another minifigure to fight with, and a little bit more of this ancient city in the deep dark. Okay, bag 4 is constructed and we're getting closer. More of an ancient city look here with a little bit of a platform of interesting things afoot. There's the new Arbalest Knight minifigure. What's an Arbalest? I'm still trying to figure that out. She has an enchanted crossbow and an enchanted Arbalest, maybe, I'm not sure. In green she is with no armor, and she may have either arrows or a golden shovel on that backpack. Another really nice figure though for this pack. It's good to have a couple warrior-like figures to take on the Warden. And so we can finish up with bag 5. Looks like a lot of pieces in there, but before we build, let's check out this special report from the Squirrel News Network on how and where I found this build.
Welcome to the Squirrel News Network. I'm your host, Strawberry, alongside Blueberry. That's right, Strawberry. Today we have some exclusive footage of Dan shopping for new things. Let's squeak right in and see what's going on.
So I'm on my way for my first 2020 squee. Walk over to my favorite building of Target. Let's see what we find. So it's still pretty hit hard after Christmas. I don't see anything, which is a good thing for the old squirrel wallet. Big empty holes. Is Fortnite still a thing? Sonic has an X shot. Couple new Minecrafts in here somewhere. Oh, there it is, the deep dark. I have this on order. What do I do? Do I get it now or do I wait? I don't know. I'm a sucker for stunts and I do not have either of these 2 bikes. And 1 pizza pie for the dog. If I don't come home with a pizza toy or a toy, my dog is very sad. Oh, and I do need to pick up some sweethearts for the candy sweetheart coercion. So not too much here today. Wait a minute, that's not a squirrel filter. Ugh. So not too much here today, but a pretty good start just to get a few things. That deep dark Warden is nice to have a second just in case. So that is my trip to Target today.
Wow, what an interesting report. That is a very scary dog. Agreed, Blueberry. That is today's report from the Squirrel News Network. Stay tuned for future updates.
And we have finished construction of the deep dark battle, a slice of an ancient city build with a warden to be spawned in the back. As long as our characters don't accidentally trip on any of those Skulk Shriekers.
Oh, I think we can avoid that. There's only 2 of them.
Only 2, you say? 1, 2, 3, 4. Gotta go and hit the floor.
Oh no!
And so the warden has been summoned by a squirrel. It's an interesting layout build. I think it would have been enhanced with a second wing over here. We've got this really cool destructible tower. Let's take a look at that and see how it destructs. So I suppose we can place our hero up on top. They're trying to find a safe location to rain down some arrows on top of this warden. But the warden is actually a pretty smart dude and is going to smash the tower with, of course, my help. This little side lever on the bottom here should topple over the tower. Let's give it a try. Oh, and there it goes. Try. And this might be one of the coolest topple towers we've constructed. I love the use of these side buckets, or what would you call these little angled brackets. They just simply rest into the studs by placing them in, but not tightly. They just rest so ever softly. And then you can rebuild your tower, you can change how the pillar formations look, and you're rebuilt once again for another knockdown. But without the horrible casualties of bricks going everywhere, trying to figure out how to rebuild the bricks, sometimes in the past, those have been a little bit tricky to figure out how to rebuild which way they go. That's pretty simple. And it's a little more explosive than, say, the tower we had just built with the diamond outpost. That tower was so basic. Remember how when the creeper would walk up and hit this trigger point, the whole tower would basically fall as one giant chunk? It's interesting they did not use this same element here with this tower. It would have been a little more fun. But obviously a lot more pieces go into the construction of this style of destructible tower. So other than that, it's a pretty simple little set build. Works okay as a display, maybe a little bit flat. I think the spawning warden feature is pretty cool, and you can set him up on top as well. And then place your minifigures in various spots as they try to climb the mountain and catch up with him. The scale of the build could have been a little bit larger, but again, I think they're playing with price points here, trying to keep this available for everyone and not going crazy high, which is really quite the case right now with a lot of the larger builds. But pretty fun, pretty interesting. I'm going to have to explore the deep dark more and see if I can find an ancient city one of these days. Knowing me, that won't happen until the year 2023, or wait, it is the year 2023, maybe 2032. Oh, I just toppled my own tower. So it's going to be a while till I get there, but I'd sure like to try now after building this set. It's quite interesting, and I think it was a fun, worthy set for the 2023 line. As long as I don't keep tipping over this tower. And that's the deep dark battle. What do you think? I like the warden figure build. That turned out pretty cool, and the ancient city slice is also very interesting. If you like today's video, please give us a squirrel eye or a squike or a squamment, your favorite moment of the deep dark. Thanks so much for watching. That's what I have to say about that.